Pretty much. तो बिठा दूंगी हाथ पर मौका है मैम दो बैठना है हमको अच्छे से देख लेंगे बात नहीं दे मैम हो चुके हैं वेलकम चल रहा है हमें तो नहीं जाना मैम all our differences in the ground, they are in the protected space section. Okay. I think so hybrid mode, so you just take online and then offline audience. So those are some ठीक है ठीक है ना हाँ ठीक है ना एक पहले सारी Students, when our guests are arrived, so please at that time get up and give them a round of applause. We have really arrived. Please remain seated.
अब आएगी। अब पकड़ना कौन सा? For example, some drug use, for example, steroids, and सारे इधर से
तो वीडियो बनाई जाए
लाइव चलिए बोलिए What requirement for background? Yeah, it is in the ratio of one is equal to heat will require how much water? Times sugar cane. Period itself is very large. Sugar cane सबसे मीठी जगह तो सबसे ज्यादा एनर्जी भी सूरज से वही उगाती है तभी उसको मिल रहा है यानी इसलिए वो थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कीजिए दूसरा डिफरेंट जो है ना सही से yeah, just like a ventilator. Yeah, इधर करके बढ़ाते जा रहे हैं so that you can have different crops. करके देखते हैं.
Thank you so much.
All the way. Think together. You have a round of applause for you all. Good. Bye, ma'am.
ਸਾਡੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗਾ ਜੀ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸਮਝ ਲਿਆ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ
ऑनलाइन बड़ा डेली बनाई तो सब
कैसे हो गया आप दिखाइए कि कैसे आप
On behalf of the welcome you Holland.
इसमें सोलर पैनल भी लगाते हैं सेल्फ भी है बैटरी भी
I think it's about like
money, sir?
extra coffee, crusher की. Option of life 12 9 15. So, Please please settle down. Settle down. Good morning, all present here. It is a great pleasure to stay on very strong reference on the Prayag Para University,
who has helped all of us the great pleasure to extend you all a very warm welcome on behalf of Riyad Bharati, who has clubbed all of us for 2 days international conference on life sciences, health, and environmental sustainability to mark the occasion of National Science Day under the aegis of Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, Department of Science and Technology, National Council for Science, Technology and Communication, and in collaboration with Microbiologist Society of India and Red Ribbon Club. It's a matter of honor for us that we have received an overwhelming response by getting participation across various states of India like Karnataka, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Himachal, and international participation as well. It's going to be very informative and enlightening session for all the participants where they will be exchanging the knowledge and innovative ideas with each other. It is pertinent to mention that eminent personalities of high repute have joined us today to give their valuable insights in the area of their specialization. And on behalf of Riyad Bhara University, we are highly grateful to them for joining us today. Let me brief you about the international conference. The 2-day international conference on life sciences, health, and environmental sustainability includes technical sessions, panel discussions, paper and poster presentations, and quiz competition. This international conference aims to provide a common platform for researchers from various fields to present their original research work. The conference aims to drill into participants the fundamentals of planning and conducting cutting-edge qualitative and quantitative research in the various phases of an innovation or research study. The participants will anticipate a comprehensive program that encompasses diverse topics. Our sessions are designed to cater to a wide range of professional backgrounds and experience levels. Participants will engage in a wide array of topics ranging from diverse fields of life sciences to healthcare sectors to environmental sustainability. This conference is having 2 technical sessions. In the first technical session, we have 3 sub-sessions, which includes oral presentation of the research work by faculty members, research paper presentation by research scholars, and paper presentation by undergraduate and postgraduate students. In the second technical session, there is scientific exhibition and project display by the students. The most important highlight of the international conference is the awards backed by various researchers and social workers for their significant contribution in the society. Now, on behalf of Riyad Bhara University, I wish you a very fruitful learning of 2 days at this esteemed organization. So I wish you all the very best. And now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Simarjeet Kaur, Director IQAC, to welcome our dignitaries. Please, Dr. Kaur. A very good morning to everyone. I hope you all are keeping well and doing great. So this is a very special day. And on behalf of Riyad Bhara University, I feel very much honored to extend a very cordial welcome to all of you in this 2 days international conference on life sciences, health and environmental sustainability, catalyzed by Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, supported by Department of Science and Technology, National Council for Science and Technology Communication, and in collaboration with Microbiologist Society India and Red Ribbon Club. So this conference represents an informational international platform for presenting recent scientific and practical achievements and to exchange knowledge and innovative ideas in the current technology, techniques, and solutions in the life sciences and health sector. Honored to have honorable dignitaries with us to share their knowledge and wisdom on this special day. The presence of such great personalities is a blessing for us. We hope that all the delegates and the scholars they would be able to seek a little guidance and imbibe something from their thoughts and the vast experiences. So on the onset, I would like to give a very heartiest welcome to our honorable chief guest of the day, Professor Dr. Baldev Sethia ji, Director, PEC Engineering College, Chandigarh, for his auspicious presence. Thank you so very much, sir, for sparing your valuable time and gracing the occasion. We are extremely honored by your auspicious presence. I warmly welcome our worthy Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Dr. Parminder Singh ji, for his valuable presence. Thank you so very much, sir, for your kind support and motivation in organizing this conference. With pleasure, I warmly welcome respected Dr. Swaranjit Singh ji, Director, SAS Polyclinic, ex-professor and head Environment Biotechnology, Microbiology, Biochemistry, CS
So, now let's speak to getting off mother planet, self-belief, and mind, and soul. Is there order with love?
So much, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. On this day, we are pleased to announce that Vyapara University is having its own research journal under the name Vyapara International Journal of Multidisciplinary Research. And we are releasing its volume 3, issue 2 on life sciences, health, and environmental sustainability. With reference to this international conference, we would like to inform that this special issue includes all selected research papers received for this conference. So we invite all our dignitaries for the formal release of this issue. Shridhar. Thank you all. Now, I would like to invite worthy Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Parvinder Singh Ji, for his word of wisdom.
That's.
very respected and a very charismatic personality among us. Professor Baldev Sethi, Director, Tech Dean University. Professor Sandeep Ashokwaji from Punjab University. Dr. Indra Sharma, Dr. Prabhala Madam, Dean Academics, other deans, HODs, faculty members, and very dear students. It gives me immense pleasure to offer a very warm welcome to the dignitaries who have spared their valuable time to bless our research scholar, faculty member, student in these 2 days international conference, which coincides with National Science Day celebration. Henry Ford said once, coming together is the beginning. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is the success. With this agenda in mind, we have approached to Dr. Sethi to give his thoughtful comments, blessings from his vast experience in the education sector, and that too particularly in the technical areas, being a civil engineer by profession, but now he is stuck in the higher education. Sir, we are really thankful to you. Professor Nandita is known for her intellect, starting her career first academics in the science and the chemistry, but she mixed up her chemistry with the education. And she had been a pioneer worker inside depth knowledge of inter-religion, who headed the Swami Vivekananda chair of the Punjab University, member of the Punjab University Senate and Syndicate, and many more profiles to her credit. We are really thankful to Professor Nandita for maiden visit to Jatpara University. Thank you very much. Dear students, today we are celebrating this National Science Day with the theme that the indigenous technologies for the next. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी उन्होंने कल भी जिन्होंने स्पेस में जाना उन वैज्ञानिकों के साथ मिलके उनको उत्साहित किया the technology which is built up in the India, the technology which is being crafted in India, that is known as the indigenous technology. We have been pioneers in the technology. We go to the rural area, we go to particular area, Punjab. When you go to the interior of the Punjab or Haryana or any part of the country, वहां जाके पता चलता है कि यहाँ की लेह बहुत अच्छी है, यहाँ के पॉट्स बहुत अच्छे बनते हैं, यहाँ की लेदर बहुत अच्छा है, यहाँ की स्वीट बहुत अच्छी है. So that area, that particular region is all over the world known for the product. Recently, when we went to Canada, I was amazed to see products from Haryana. ये गुहाना पे आया जी, ये ढोकला है जी, ये पंजाब से आया जी, ये लोटा स्वीट है जी कोटपुरा की है. Still the name is used overseas. It may not have the technical input, but the creativity is there. Today is an era of the creativity. We all are known for the knowledge generating centers, institutions, organizations. But what we need to in today's scenario, that is the knowledge sharing. We need to open up the knowledge boxes of this university, other universities, clustering of the university, clustering of the education institutions, as highlighted in the NEP also. We cannot stand it. We need to be partnered with the fact that needs to give their blessing. IIT needs to take care. They must guide us. At the moment, we are about 400 plus private universities. The quality of education cannot be compromised. The penetration of technology cannot be withheld for the long now. We need to go for the digital transformation of the technology, of the curriculum, of the redesigning, reinventing, reimagining of the vocational education. That is what we need. We want our student to be skilled. That is why the dual degree program will come. Multi-entry, multi-exit. These are the student-centric approach and recommendation of the NEP which are being implemented. We need to follow the footsteps of whatever other universities are doing. Where the tech has taken a lead, and they should guide us. They should take care of their brothers and sisters, and they have to check also. We cannot compromise on the future of our students. This day, when we committed to the SSCV Raman, it's a blessing to us that today is the National Science Day. The purpose of celebrating these Science Day is not only to recall what happened in 1928 when the Nobel went to SSCV Raman in 1930, but it is also required for the today's thinker. The climate change is a challenge. Resource depletion is taking place. Environmental degradation is there. Sustainable development. It's alarming to us. And also, we need to find out what is the recognizing, nurturing of the science and technology in this area. The government of India is promoting this science and technology not only in the urban areas but in the rural areas also. We have seen the devastating time in 2020 when the global pandemic has disturbed the life, but it has been blessing in disguise also. We never thought of the online teaching. It was happening in the big universities, in the IITs or some other institution. But today, you cannot be lagging behind. So let us all work together, think together, research together, share the knowledge, and proceed further. And rightly said by Dr. Abdul Kalam, the dream is not, it doesn't allow you to sleep. Dream is not when you see, when you're sleeping. So let us dream big, define yourself, understand your potential, and be committed to the Bharat so that Bharat becomes Vishnu, Bharat becomes Atmanirbhar. We all need the youth of the day to lead the country. That is the slogan of our Honorable Prime Minister. But let us not be away from the system, become a part of the system. Let us not be the job seeker, but become the job provider also. Your one idea can be a big achievement for our country. We are likely to touch the trillion of the this revenue. Economy is moving so fast. The world is looking on us, looking for us, looking for you, want you to be the leader of the Western country. You see the global companies, maybe Microsoft, maybe Facebook, or anything. So these are being headed, led by the Asians or Indians or new people. So let's start your journey, disembark your journey at very fast pace that is required. Wishing all the best to the organizer, so Dr. Simaji, our team, all my wonderful colleagues who are working day and night, make this event a great success. So God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening words. Now, I request Worthy Vice Chancellor to present token of appreciation to our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Pradesh Sethi. Request sir to present token of appreciation to Professor Dr. Paranjit Singh. Professor Dr. Lalita Shukla Singh. Professor Kamala Malik ji. Professor Indira Sharma ji. Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time for professional development. Our first speaker of the day, Professor Dr. David Savior. They would like to give Professor Dr. David Savior. Let's start. Experience, faculty, and administrator. Dr. Savior has joined since 2006. Dr. Setia has served at various leadership positions, including the director at the All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi, the principal of Maharishi Bhatendeshwar Engineering College, Budana, dean of the institute, head of the Civil Engineering Department. He has published more than six papers in international and Indian journals. References including 4 patents protected under intellectual property. He has been member of the Gandhi Council, institutions such as Indian Institute of Information Technology, Sonipat. Professor Setia has a long list of achievements in his credits. Professor Science and Technology Vida. Please welcome John.
Mr. Ravinder Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Nandita Tuklasanji, Professor Swaranjit Singh Ji, Professor Pramila Malik, Professor Simarjit Kaur, S.K. Bansal Ji, Dean Academics, distinguished guests, esteemed members of the faculty, delegates, research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, I feel extremely honored and delighted to be associated with this inaugural function of the International Conference. Well, I'm deeply, deeply honored. I thank the organizers for having given me this opportunity to be present here on this very auspicious day that also is the National Science Day. Thank you very much for that. I come forward to compliment and congratulate the organizers, to the Vice Chancellor. I would like to compliment the organizers of this international conference for having put up such a wonderful show. I was looking at the brochure of the conference. It has the mix of everything that you can think of in a very good conference. It has an amalgam of presentations, oral, it has presentations, exhibition, quizzes, competitions, awards, and whatever that you feel can be clubbed into a conference. So hearty congratulations to organizers and everybody associated with it. I was also trying to go through the history of the university. I knew this institute. I've been here long back once. Though, of course, that was in a different connection altogether. When it was a standalone institute, or it was rather a group of colleges, I had come to the engineering wing of that group. And now this institute has become a university and it had been granted the status of deemed to be university in the year 2014. By all standards, I would say a very young university. But then the kind of progress that it has made, the kind of diversification that it has made, the campus that's been laid out. My friend Professor Bansal was telling me the kind of diversification, horizontal as well as vertical, that the university has done and achieved. My heartiest congratulations for that as well. Now, when I compare this university with the university or the institute that I come from, my parent institute or the institute that I'm recently working, was director. Punjab Engineering College, deemed to be university, it's more than 100 years old. Today, it stands at a strong age and foundation of more than 102 years. It was established as Mughalpura Engineering College in a village called Mughalpura near Lahore in the year 1921. Come to think of it, it's indeed a very, very old university. That time it was a college. The name still is maintained. And in the year 1947, this institute shifted from Lahore to University of Roorkee, which is now IIT Roorkee. In fact, at that time also its name was Thomson Engineering College. 47 to 53, six and a half years, it was stationed at Roorkee. And in fact, the hostel still bears the same name. The room which was initially occupied by the naval officer of this college, at the time this college had been named as East Punjab Engineering College, to distinguish it from the engineering college that was left behind in Lahore, meaning thereby that that was the West Punjab Engineering College. and this was the East Punjab Engineering College. In the year 1953, when the city of Chandigarh was established, this was the first institute to be established in the city. And it's rightly placed at the intersection of Vidyapat and Vigyan. That's the kind of strong spiritual importance it has. Well, now coming to what I wish to bring forth with you. We are 102 years old, but we are not diversified to the extent that young universities and very potential universities would be kind of real universities we have. And really, so my calculations to that, and I was seriously thinking of what our Honorable Vice Chancellor had just stated. In fact, I wanted to hear that and then come up with that acceptance of the proposal. And why not Vyapara and PEC put our hands together, join our hands, and move on in. At that time, I was also reminded of the story of this hare and the tortoise. We have all heard that story. But I thought it's apt if I summarily tell you also, my young friend sitting in the audience, that of course does give justification to the kind of proposal our Honorable Vice Chancellor had made. We have all heard of the story of this hare and tortoise, where at the end of the story, the moral of the story says, slow and steady wins the race. Why? Because the tortoise wins the race. It's slow, but nevertheless, it is steady. Gradually on and on and on and on. But then the story continues, and the story says that in the second time, it is the hare, the rabbit, which came forward and said, one race is not enough. How about another race? So they had another race, and this time the hare did not sleep on the way. It did not lose any time, and in a matter of few seconds, it went across galloping and won the race. So the moral of the story was changed, and that moral was fast and skill wins the race. Rabbit had that skill, and it won the race. But then tortoise was also smart enough. It went to the hare again and said, how about the third race? Because now the series is 1-1. We have to decide this series. And at that time, again the tortoise was smart enough. It chose a path where there was a river on the way. So the race started, hare went on galloping, and in a matter of few seconds it reached the bank of the river, but was not able to cross it. That river, he had no idea. So this gentleman slowly, steadily took his own sweet time to reach the river, gradually entered the river, went across, and with the skill that he had, it won the race. So again, the model was changed. But now the two said, there's no point in competing every time. How about joining our hands together? He said, how? So ultimately, what they did was to start with, hare was strong on the ground. The tortoise sat on the back of the hare, and they went on a speed faster than the speed of the individual. Reached the river, and then they changed their paths. In the river, it was the tortoise which could swim, the rabbit or the hare could not. Now the hare got on the back of the tortoise, and they could easily swim across. So it's the collaboration that counts. Well, that says it all, I believe. And on behalf of PEC Chandigarh, I come forward to accept the proposal, and certainly we will come up with wherever we can join hands together soon. However, having said that, your topic of the conference, I believe, is a challenge by itself. We are talking about life sciences, we are talking about health, and we are talking about environmental sustainability. Indeed, these are all challenging stuff. And at PEC, I was just talking to our people here, that at PEC, we have no courses or programs on life sciences. On health alone as well, we do not have any program in isolation. Environment and environmental sustainability certainly we talk about it. But then we are a science and technology institute. And I believe if the science and technology, this is going to be the order of the day to promote all other kind of sciences. But here, something that goes a little amiss. I would like to go back to the basics and talk about the education in general. We have all heard about the basics of education when we say it comprises of KSA, knowledge, skill, and attitude. Knowledge, we believe, through information, through books, through resource persons, it's very much available. And it's in the last about 1 decade when we have started talking very heavily, very impressively about the skills also. We have realized this fact that knowledge alone cannot take us far. It has to be corroborated, supplemented by sufficient skill. But I believe that other than the skill, there has to be an attitude as well. The attitude of lifelong learning, the attitude to serve the community, the society. Any science and technology, if it is not doing any good to the society, to the humanity in general, is not doing its duty well. Or rather, I say it's not doing its duty at all. Here, I'd like to tell you something about one gentleman, not so much of a gentleman, of course, a person, a scientist who was stated to be genius of his kind. Some of you must have seen his movie also recently, Oppenheimer. If you study or read about his life history, you will find that he completed his MSc course of close to 2 years in a matter of about 6 months or so. He was so intelligent. And his teacher, his mentor, was so much impressed that he said, this boy is very intelligent. He is going to shake either physics or this world. But we know he shook both. He shook physics as well as the world because he created the atom bomb. The bomb that ended the Second World War. The bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Why I'm telling you this story is because this man, despite all his intelligence, despite all the discovery that he made, it was the invention that he made, it was, say, times. But he did not get the Nobel Prize. 4 times he was nominated for the Nobel Prize, but all the 4 times it was declined because whatever he had done was not for the good of the humanity. So I believe whatever young friends are doing, whatever science and technology you are utilizing for creating more science and technology, for creating more services, they have to be for the good of the humanity. If you are not doing something which is for the good of the humanity, if you are doing something which is for the destruction of the society, this cannot be treated to be complete and wholesome education. So this is what I believe, and of course, there are so many other things which are crossing my mind. But when I talk of the last point, I'll be feeling in my duty if I don't discuss that part about environmental sustainability. And why that was triggered was that while coming to this hall, I was redirected to an exhibition by the students on their projects. And the very first project that was shown, or the second project, was on a thermal power plant. All of us have heard about this. Most of us have seen these thermal power plants. Incidentally, I have also been associated with consultancy of one of the thermal power plants. We do understand that for the future we'll be requiring clean energy. We'll be requiring very clean environment, and of course we'll be requiring very strong computing machines, computing tools. So that means we have to generate this power. We have to generate energy. But while generating that energy, what is it that we are doing? I happen to see one of the thermal power plants that was constructed in Haryana at Panipat. And we all know that when you have a thermal power plant, its gestation period is very small. Today you start it, and the next 2 to 3 years you are in a position to generate. 5 years it is fully commissioned. That's the kind of speed at which it starts generating power. So was the case with this PTPS Panipat Thermal Power Station. We were getting the benefits of power generation, but at the same time, ash that was being generated by pulverization of coal, what we call as fly ash. If you go and see, there are heaps, mounds of that fly ash created at that particular site. If you can imagine the figure and think of it, let me tell you today, the moon that stands there covers an area of more than 1,000 acres. My PEC campus is only 150 acres. You can well imagine close to 7 PECs, that much of area being covered by a mound, and which is 16 meters high. Fly ash in the form of slurry, that is fly ash and water, is taken to the top of that mound, and then gradually it starts oozing through the earth, and it is affecting the groundwater table of that area very, very badly. All around that area, the villages are suffering. One of the most affected villages for which we were supposed to provide some solution. Ultimately, the inhabitants of that village, they were asked to leave that village. There was no solution. I mean, that's something. When you see such devastating sights, you find that for everything you have to pay a price. Price in terms of environment. And that's why this last part really was close to my thinking. I could discuss about that at least. Well, with these words, once again, I compliment the organizers for this wonderful conference that they have organized. I thank the organizers for having given me this opportunity and wish the delegates all the very best, that after 2 days, when you go back, you find that the time and effort that you had put in was worth it. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening work. Your insights and expertise made a significant impact, and we are grateful for your valuable suggestions. And even your story is definitely going to inspire all of us. So thank you so much, sir. Now, we move on to the keynote speaker of the day, Professor Dr. Nandita Shukla Singh. Dr. Shukla, former chairperson, Department of Education, Punjab University, Chandigarh, is presently working as a professor in the department. She has served as Dean International Student, Coordinator, Interdisciplinary Center for Swami Vivekananda Studies, Senior Student Welfare, and member of Senate and Syndicate during her tenure. We request and invite you, ma'am, for your talk on India culture for environment. Very good afternoon to all of you. It is a pleasure, Professor Xavier and Dr. Paraminder Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university. In fact, it has been more of learning for me. So now it is time that I share whatever knowledge I have gained with me. My experience in Department of Chemistry, because I've been a student of science and also of education, and my tenure in the Center for Soil and Data and Science where I was introduced to Indian philosophy, has helped me to malculate knowledge and the multidisciplinary knowledge which I have me and try to bring it to the show through this presentation. Uh, the point at which Dr. Sathya finished his talk that you need to have innovations, but innovations with thought, not personality. How are we going to benefit humanity? So whether we are bringing cross, whether all this is going to help humanity, is going to be destruction to us. So this is something very important which we need to think about. And then bring those innovations to the society. Chat GPT has become very popular these days. And when you influences in people are worried about what is it movement from humanity. So these are there are questions no doubt. And these solutions are helping humanity like uh, yeah. But really, so much is happening that it is bringing us change in the scene of how we work, how we live. And at the same time, there are certain disadvantages of technology. So we have to think about them too. But let me start. Yeah, please, uh, we're going to move the slides a little faster because I think we're not left with much time. So let me start with the slide which says we hold the world, we hold the future in our hands. It's very important, to realize that the future is in our hands, and together we must ensure that our grandchildren will not have to ask why we do it to do the right thing and we suffer the consequences. So I had two granddaughters, and we talked about it. What's am I going to be behind for them? I'm worried about not only my own grandchildren, but generations which are going to come after me. Am I going to leave a good, healthy society, a healthy world for them? Or am I going to leave something behind me? And this is what Ban Ki-moon said in 2007. And this actually showing the slide because it is very dear to me. The next, please. We need to take action responsibly based on the understanding that what we do today will have implications for the lives of people in the planet in future. On the world of 7.8 billion people and natural resources. There is limited natural resources. Number of population is increasing, number of people is increasing. So under these circumstances, how are we going to, share these resources? So one, Mr. Delia mentioned collaboration. Let's pool our resources together. Not keep things to ourselves. It is very important that sharing of knowledge and sharing of material resources. If we look around ourselves, the top world economies, if you see the top world economies are rich around the huge economies. And knowledge is driving the world. So therefore, this knowledge has to be shared. It has to be shared with each other. It has to be collaborated. What is the planning for government? So, which develops the economic crisis. So collaboration and sharing of knowledge, sharing of all kinds of resources. Then sustainable development empowers people to change the way they think and work towards a sustainable future. So we have sustainable future now, and that can happen only if we sustainability in our lifestyles. And then that's what I'm going to focus on in my presentation. Next, please. National 2020, I don't know how many of you have read the document of National Education Policy 2020, but that also highlights that we are facing climate change, increasing pollution, depleting natural resources. There will be sizable shifts But how we make the world's energy, water, food, and sanitation needs again resulting in the need for new skilled labor, particularly environmentally, chemistry, physics, agriculture, climate science, and social science. Growing emergence of academics and pandemics belongs to also collaborative researches. So we need to work together, put our heads together and collaborate. Like such researchers which will be good for technology. Sustainable development, you understand what is sustainable development and not be moving to the details of sustainable development. What's important is there are three dimensions which have been in the paradigm of sustainable development: environmental, social, and economic considerations. One is these environmental, social, economic considerations to be balanced. When we talk about economic measures, at the same time, we also have to talk about the society. Something very important. So it's a skill of these three have to balance. The important thing is that recently the Nara Foundation has been added in level structure. So it's about cultural heritage, use culture for sustainable development and sustainable development. This is very important. When it is the whole dimension. Sustainability paradigm encompasses the interaction between humans and economic, social, and environmental aspects. Having culture and the third pillar gives it a holistic approach. Cultural sustainability examines to enhance our cultural identity and sense of place through heritage, shared spaces, public art, social capital, in the public policy, both environment, economic, and social sustainability. Next, please. Sustainability and culture. Sustainability creates and maintains the conditions under which humans and nature can coexist. It's very important that humans and nature that they can coexist product only and that's fulfilling social, economic, and other requirements for present and future generations. Sustainability has always been the core component of Indian culture. Sustainability has been the core component, whether we know about or we don't. The cultural practices in India, we find that most of these cultural practices are based on sustainability, which philosophy and values to understand the sustainable way of life. Humans and nature share a harmonious relationship with them as well as governance for various flora and fauna. So this is, you will find in Indian cultural traditions. Next, please. ESG and values. Which values they have highlighted were human dignity, fundamental freedoms, human rights, equity, and care for the environment. So we need to create a look, benefit, and culturally create value for SD. Values shape human actions. The world from small, that is, have small decisions like switching off the light and switch off the light when I leave the room. That's a small action to national legislations which are written. Which countries decide how to approach sustainable development will be placed into values. Next, please. Basic culture at the heart of sustainable development policies. Culture includes values, beliefs, language, ritual, traditions, and other behaviors that are passed from one generation to another within any social group. It's very tangible, non-tangible. Earth Charter. I don't know how many of you have read Earth Charter. In Earth Charter, you will find that it also talks about Indian traditional values. It talks about Indian culture, about can be done from Indian culture. So also Japanese culture and culture than a prominent case in the chart. Means human value culture looks at human growth holistically as a part of the larger universe. Look at the prayers we have. All the prayers that we have in India, the Indian tradition, prayers to look at the cosmos larger and have an organic व्यापक जीवन चलाते रहते हैं क्या बच्चों कैसे देखा जा रहा है अकल है बिल्कुल कोई पूछा नहीं है चला चलो उसके जितने चर और अचर जो ये अपना एक भी देखा गया है कभी just that they're talking about thinking about Ready? Whether some conservative will passport. So how very important. Actually, no policy of the larger universe. Their structure differentiate between business and well-being. It's very important. Their culture एक सुख की बात कर रहे थे और एक आनंद की बात कर रहे थे सुख जो है वो तो सुख की बात दुख होता है लेकिन आनंद जो है अच्छे है अच्छी आनंद है सब मुझे sometimes your food and the problem differentiated between the two. One of the precious material happiness can give you sukh, not anand. Other you will drop only when you are state where you have compassion, you have something good for your so for anand दोनों की बात करें connection से लोग material possessions material possessions say possessions are not going to give you happiness. So they differentiate between happiness and well-being, and all aspects that give happiness may not necessarily contribute to your well-being. Interestingly, this ensure the well-being of environment, also ensure individual well-being. Well-being is dependent on well-being of humanity. So they have shown there's a greater well-being, so happiness and so happiness. And well-being of so your well-being is linked with the well-being of others. When we start understanding that, we start working towards others' well-being. Those scriptures are also scriptures on biodiversity that thrive with the subcontinent this time in Bengal. Next, please. It's a long presentation. I want to finish it. If this here, understanding of the entire existence and well-being of सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु prayer yes so prayer are where we are with each person or it says Mata Bhumi Hadapi. But there is on your Mata one Bhumi there. What is the earth and the sun? What is it made up of? Engine? पंचभूतों से शरीर भी नहीं पूरा यूनिवर्स ही पंचभूतों से बना है यानी कि जो भी है वो सब कुछ पंचभूतों से बना है the five basic elements and the all five basic elements five basic elements मालूम है सबको तो इन पांच बेसिक एलिमेंट जो है मेरे में भी है और पूरे कॉस्मोस में भी है तथा लिविंग नॉन लिविंग बीइंग में भी है ये पांच बेसिक एलिमेंट से किसकी बात की है कुछ तन्मात्रा की बात की है आठ ब्लॉक्स हैं तन्मात्रा के सिंपल एलिमेंट से कुछ भूतों का ज्ञान कहाँ से तन्मात्रा से होता है अगर आप ब्लॉक्स लेवल सब लेवल ब्लॉक्स सब लेवल पर जाना चाहते हैं आपको अपने आपको एलिवेट करने के लिए पंचभूतों अच्छे से समझना होगा फिर बैलेंस करना होगा पृथ्वी के अंदर पंच तन्मात्राएं हैं पंच तन्मात्राएं यानी all the five senses, मेरे आप सुन सकते हैं, पृथ्वी को श्रवण कर सकते हैं, उसका रस देख सकते हैं, रूप देख सकते हैं, गंध देख सकते हैं, जाना जा सकता है पंचों के द्वारा। फिर हम पृथ्वी से ऊपर उठते हैं, हम उसके बाद आता है जल। जल के अंदर एक तन्मात्रा कम हो जाती है, और तन्मात्रा कम हो रही है जल, तन्मात्रा कम हो गई तो जल के अंदर, जब हम पृथ्वी से जल पे आते हैं, वन सेंस जो पृथ्वी थी उसको आप जान सकते थे श्रवण के द्वारा, सुन सकते थे पृथ्वी को, रस कर सकते थे, रस रूप गंध स्पर्श सब कुछ सांस में। लेकिन जब आप जल पे आते हैं तो स्पर्श कर सकते हैं, सब कुछ है उसके अंदर, सिर्फ गंध नहीं है। जैसे प्रोफेसर प्रोफेसर ने कहा कि हम हमारी शिफ्ट है, हमारी मीटिंग में जब जल पे आते हैं, जल का पे आते तो गंध नहीं है, जल का पे आते तो बस जगह नहीं करते है, के अंदर। और क्या है, स्पर्श कर सकते हैं आप उसको, और क्या है उसमें, रस नहीं है, बाकी का टेस्ट नहीं, तो यहाँ रस कम हो गया, तो एक रस की मात्रा कम हो गई। इसके बाद हम जो खुली से हम जानते हैं वायु के ऊपर, तो वायु शब्द स्पर्श, ये दो चीजें महसूस कर सकते हैं, हम स्पर्श को महसूस कर सकते हैं, and that's you. First, the feel when it's touching me. So, spread here, from the आवाज करने में जा रहे हैं, क्या है इंट्रो, तो क्या है, तो लेवल सी, सिर्फ केवल एक शब्द की तन्मात्रा ले जाती है, and that's how when you want to move from gross to silent, gross से पानी के after you will find the working right now, just you will find so word over sound, which is one inches. Sound is the one which takes you from the grosser to the sun. It can be O, it can be K-Potar, citizen, it can be Amin or no, whatever. Sound is very similar, and sound takes you from the grosser to the cellular levels. So, English philosophy was mainly focused on animation of self, realization of self, selling of self, so that you have to balance these five elements, combine these five elements. That is very important. So, अभी क्या है, हमें मालूम है कि फाइव एलिमेंट्स हमारे आसपास हैं, बाहर है, फाइव एलिमेंट्स मेरे भीतर है, मेरे शरीर में भी जल है, जल तत्व है, अग्नि तत्व है, पृथ्वी तत्व है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग में मुझे क्या चाहूँ, मेरे अंदर भी पंच महाभूत है, और कॉन्सियस में भी ये पंच महाभूत है, that's my cell and balanced with the outer cell. The inner cell and the outer cell have to be harmonized. So when I'm able to harmonize the inner and the outer cell, the decisions which I'll be making and doing innovations and bringing science and technology, where the decisions which I'll be taking for larger humanity. सब डिसीजन हमारे larger humanity के लिए होंगे, क्योंकि मैंने अपने आप inner और outer cell को balance कर दिया है. So that is how deep the Indian philosophy is, the Indian way of thinking at looking at things was. Next, please. Third vision will be nature worshipping. And behind this is that ecological balance should be maintained. So stars said in Ramcharitmanas long ago, their power, Gagan Savira, Pancharacha, Swami Gagan Savira. Balance. तो आप अपने शरीर को बैलेंस कर लेते हो. If we ignore these five elements connected with the existence of human beings, in the pursuit of indiscriminate development and attainment of material achievements. Next, please. Hinduism and sustainability. You must have heard about it in India or stronger. सूर्य वर्शिपिंग के लिए है। सन जो है उसको एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस दी गई है जो फिलोसफी में, क्योंकि सन इज द सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, इट इज सस्टेनर ऑफ ऑल दिस कॉस्मोस, तो ये जो ऑल दिस सोलर सिस्टम, so let's sustain without the sun. तो sun के ऊपर उन्होंने ये stand और सूर्य जिनके हम बादल तो now about this project scale to related components of creation synthesizing on solar energy. Like saying that the point of rate हुए हैं बड़ी हुई है नदियों के yesterday I saw some glimpses. I didn't see the words. I saw some glimpses. Um, Please, निशांत राज, निशांत राज थे जिसने कि हमारा पार कराए उसके नदी, निशांत राज से जब मिलते हैं, तो पीछे वो कॉमेंट में आता है कि निशांत राज कौन है, निशांत राज कौन है, नदियों के रक्षा के राजाओं के लिए, तो नदियों की रक्षा करने के लिए, तो टेरिटरी I thought when Ram promised which Rudra आप राम हर हर चीज के लिए, जल की रक्षा के लिए, वायु की रक्षा के लिए, related with these two rituals. So उसको रागत कहा गया है, इसका रागत जल का राजा कहा गया है उसको, तो वो जल की रक्षा करने के लिए, जल अगर पॉइजन हुआ वो still have dicey. And this is what we have to understand in sustainable development. Water has to be preserved, has to be taken care of. लेकिन अच्छा करना हमारा कर्तव्य है, और उसको कैसे करना है, हम इसको बिना पॉल्यूशन वाटर पॉल्यूशन को हमने कैसे रोकना है, लेजिस्लेशन इज नॉट इनफ, मेरा डेजिग्नेटेड की मेरे को भी safety knowledge attitude has to be developed. But is just working towards these things. Next, please. Air, water, and our food are mostly related to plants. That's trees. Trees make oxygen. Cutting down trees means disturbing the entire ecosystem. Nature is balanced by biodiversity. What is biomass here? There is a mix of worshipping trees. In Satan Quran, and Satan Quran पढ़ते हैं या Quran पढ़ते हैं, तो क्या देखिए पीपल के पेड़ की जड़ में जो उनकी मिडिल पार्ट में ये छोटी जो होगी ऊपर आगे में वन का ट्री के अंदर है, so we worship trees. We worship trees because we want to keep these trees attached. So again, that if you have been to Bodhya, you would have seen that there is a money tree. So I was tree because trees don't give you oxygen, but they give you calmness of mind. It means helps hurrying,
He has contributed to the society and masses by spreading science to the remotest corners of the country. Dr. Singh is president of Microbiologist Society of India, Chandigarh, Ladakh, Nagaland and Manipur, and fellow of so many associations. He has many awards and publications in his credits. So now I invite you, sir, for your talk on the topic current trends in biosurfactants and their applications. So, please give a round of applause.
Thank you very much for the nice introduction. I'm very happy to be here today with all of you. I'll give you a small talk on environment today. Let us wait for the PPT.
इसमें भी ऐसा और भी you one line
Students, please be quiet.
RBU1. Okay. Title of the talk: Current Trends in Biosurfactants.
Yeah, please go to the next slide. Today is National Science Day. So I wish all of you a happy Science Day. The quote goes, the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Happy National Science Day. The microbial world is very, very diverse. We have microscopic, you can see only under the microscope, bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, and algae. You also have the blue-green algae or the cyanobacteria. They are very, very smart guys. We are multicellular. We have a lot of millions of cells, but they have only one cell. Yet, they are very smart, more smarter than us. Next one. In the human body, we have about 2.3 kg of microbes, and most of them are very, very beneficial to us. They digest our food, they give protection to our skin, they kill the bad microbes which cause disease.
And the microbiome on the skin is very, very beneficial to us. Next. Now the bacteria, they generate oxygen. We think that only plants make oxygen. Bacteria, they generate more than 50% of the world's oxygen for us to breathe. It comes from the oceans and seas. This is the surface accumulation of cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, on the Baltic Sea. You can see a map of blue-green algae which produce tons and tons of oxygen, pure oxygen, for us to breathe. So they help us clean the environment, they give us oxygen to breathe, and many, many more things. India has got 3 hotspots of biodiversity. We are very, very rich in biodiversity, much more than America and Europe. The Western Ghats, comprising of Kerala, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Goa, and so on, Karnataka, are a belt of very, very rich hotspot of biodiversity. Same is the case with Indo-Burma region, like the Seven Sisters, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, Tripura, and so on, Meghalaya, they are full of biodiversity. Not only microbes, but the plants, insects, and animals. Then we have the rich diversity in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. We must look for new species of plants, animals, and microbes. We should look for new medicinal plants and microbes. We should also tap this biodiversity for products like drugs, medicine, vitamins, hormones, enzymes, and microbes and plants that can bioremediate or degrade toxic, harmful pollutants to make our earth very, very clean environment, green environment. This is a molecule which I worked almost my whole life, that is biosurfactants. You can see some most powerful biosurfactants we have today. The first one is a rhamnolipid. It is having 2 units of rhamnose linked to a fatty acid. Then we have a biosurfactant which is made by yeast. You know yeast, it makes bread. There is a yeast that makes biosurfactant, and this is known as a trehalose lipid, which has got 2 units of trehalose linked to a fatty acid. Then we have a sulfurous lipid, which is again made by a yeast, Candida, and this again has 2 units of sulfurose linked to a fatty acid. Then we have a very powerful biosurfactant on which your madam, Dr. Professor Meena Mehta, she worked on this. And she published in a very, very good journal known as Applied Environmental Microbiology. So you are very lucky to have Dr. Meena Mehta who worked on the products of microbes. And this one is a cyclic lipopeptide, and it has got 7 amino acids. It is known as a heptapeptide. Again, it has got a fatty acid. Then you have the particulate surfactant. Even the cell wall can be considered to be a biosurfactant because the cell wall has got a mosaic of hydrophobic and hydrophilic immunities. The biosurfactants, I call them as magic molecules because they help in the degradation of environmental pollutants a lot. You know, microbes are very smart. They can degrade almost everything on Earth. But the biosurfactants enhance the degradation of pollutants and make our earth pollutant free. So the pollutants like PAH, polyaromatic hydrocarbons, are enhanced because of the biosurfactants. They can be degraded faster by bacteria and yeast and fungi. Then we have the pesticides, herbicides, insecticides. They also are degraded much faster by the action of biosurfactants. Then we have oil sludge, crude oil sludge. That too can be degraded very fast because of biosurfactants. And lastly, they mobilize metals. Metals are very toxic, so they can biotransform metals to the less toxic state. You cannot degrade metals, you cannot degrade iron, you cannot degrade cobalt, but you can make it less toxic. That means the bacteria convert the metal into non-toxic form. This is a micelle. Have you heard of micelles? This is a micelle which has got a pollutant inside like PAH or dyes or herbicide, pesticide or oil sludge. Then you have the surfactant monomers. The black head is hydrophilic. It likes water very much. So it is known as the hydrophilic surface. And the tail, that is the hydrocarbon tail, it is actually hydrophobic. There is an interaction between the pollutant and the biosurfactant monomers, and they make the pollutant more soluble in water. Thus, the pollutants are removed from the environment, and there is increased microbial degradation. So, microbes degrade the pollutants and clean our environment. Biosurfactants enhance the process of degradation of pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, dyes, and oil sludge. Whereas heavy metals are transformed to less toxic forms. This is a cartoon from Trends in Biotechnology. The bacteria degrade oil sludge, pesticides, dyes, and other toxins. You know, this hydrocarbons or oil does not have oxygen. There is only CH bonding. So they are very difficult to degrade. But the smart guys, I told you, they can degrade hydrocarbons like sugar, like glucose, sucrose, and they are happy eating the pollutants. These are some of the toxic aromatic compounds of crude oil. The first line is much easy to degrade by the bugs, whereas the second line and third line are difficult to degrade. We did a field study, a very successful field study in Chandigarh. Here, this is the control degradation of crude oil sludge. You see many peaks of hydrocarbons in the sludge, in the oil sludge. They do not degrade without bacteria. We isolated 3 bacteria, so we added the bacteria one by one and did the GC. When we put the bacteria one by one, SSC2, P2, and P7, we could see that 60 to 75% degradation of the oil sludge was there. Then we thought we have 2 of them, bacteria. So let us add 2 bacteria inside. So we started adding 2 bacteria inside, and we saw that the degradation of the toxic material increased by 85 to 92% in 2 months. We had 3 bacteria isolated. So we added all 3 inside, and we found that there was 95.5% degradation of the oil sludge. What does it say? One man can do good work. Two men or two persons can do excellent work. Whereas if you have a team of 3 people, or 10 people, or 20 people, or 50 people, you can do a outstanding work. Same is the case with bacteria. In a team, they do outstanding work. This is, degradation of herbicides. I just want to show you one slide that your madam, Dr. Nina Mehta, isolated. She isolated the biosurfactant known as N1. N means Nina. So the biosurfactant was named after Nina Mehta. Okay? And I'm proud of Nina Mehta. She was a very meticulous worker, scientific worker. And you see that the surfactant which she isolated from Bacillus coagulans, yes, is antimicrobial against so many bacteria. It is antimicrobial against Bacillus coagulans. It is antimicrobial against Staph aureus, and then Streptococcus mutans. So this work was published in a very, very good journal, Trends in Biotechnology, in the year 2004. In fact, it is very high nowadays. Okay. Okay, 1 minute more. I want to tell you what biosurfactant can do. Supposing you have a cut here or a burn here, your skin is burnt. Biosurfactants have an antimicrobial activity, antibacterial, antifungal, antivirus, antimycoplasma product. So if you apply the biosurfactant lotion, granulated here, the wound will heal up very fast. The take-home message is conserve the rich biodiversity of India. Use biodiversity to make useful compounds. Use biodiversity to clean our environment and to degrade pollutants. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir, Dr. Swarajit Singh, sir. Thank you very much. Highly informative talk.
Thank you.
Hello. So continuing with our next expert speaker, Professor Pramila Malik. Professor Pramila Malik is serving as the principal, Aruna Asaf Ali, Postgraduate Government College, Calcutta. She has more than 30 years of research and teaching experience and served various chairs in the capacity of professor and principal. Dr. Malik was awarded State Youth Welfare Award for the session 21-22 from Governor of Haryana in district Panchkula. So, ma'am is an eminent personality. I know her at the personal level. The kind of, the knowledge she's having, she would like to share with us. So, ma'am, with all due respect, we invite you to share your views on changing climate affecting the flora and fauna as well as the human health. Ma'am, please.
I would like to give you a calendar.
I know that you are tired, said my turn in here. I'll take just 10 minutes to deliver what I know. Though the topic of today's conference is very apt and requires lots of, it is a multi-dimensional topic, but still I will restrict myself to only the effect of environment and how it is changing the flora and fauna of the world, as well as affecting the human being also. We always keep ourselves in the center of everything which has been happening around the world, maybe the development, maybe the kind of talks you have just listened to from different speakers. I will stop for a while till the dais is busy.
Please, please. Sir, please. Please.
Thank you. So, I will continue that what you have been listening from different speakers, they have, I think I am the wrong way to deliver my lecture.
Please, sir, please. I think we should not do this, sir.
Anyhow, I'll continue.
Apologies, apologies, apologies.
So, I'll restrict myself only to the scientific part that I deal with as I'm a student of science. You have been listening to the philosophical talk of the human personality, that how it is important to maintain our environment and how our mythological scriptures have also given importance to each and every living and non-living thing around us. And everything, maybe it is a small atom is important for all of us to sustain in the mother nature, and all our efforts should be diverged towards the saving of this mother earth. Only then we can sustain ourselves. So I'll keep restricted to all the thoughts like this. I'll continue and read out what I have written for you. Life sciences, health, and environment sustainability. They are not isolated concepts, all are interrelated with each other. Being the student of science, you know that always a kind of exchange of material is happening between the living and non-living things. They're intricately interwoven, and a healthy planet fosters healthy individuals and communities. A healthy population with the knowledge gained from life sciences is crucial for protecting the environment. Dr. Sethia was talking about KS,
कुछ
knowledge
नहीं ऐसे
and
चलता है
skill, which is very important. You have the knowledge, but we have to develop the life skills to sustain ourselves. And the lastly, but the most important thing is your attitude. Attitude of human being towards another human being, towards the non-living things also. Then only we can maintain ourselves in the equilibrium of this ecosystem. What I believe that this is the most important thing, being the student of science, we all must know and all human beings must respect this attitude of helping each other, not only the living beings, not only the human beings, but the non-living entities in and around us. What Madam Shukla was trying to say, what I believe, that it is based on this principle only, that what is inside us is actually has been around, and all these small molecular things which are inside actually are there surrounding us in a larger form, and we have to maintain the balance. Being the most intelligent entity in the world on this earth, it is our prime duty to respect that and to help in sustaining that. With this motto in life of every human being, I'll restrict myself to this talk. From the macroscopic marvels of cells to the majestic diversity of the ecosystem, various disciplines of life science unveil the secrets of life. And though these open secrets, we understand that our health is intricately linked to the health of our planet. The relationship between life sciences and environment is profound, as we have already heard it, and multifaceted, with each influencing the other in a continuous, intricate way. For example, our resources from the air we breathe, water we drink, the food we eat, and the sunlight that fuels the ecosystem, all living things rely on the environment for their survival and growth. However, every living thing thrives within a specific environment adapted to its unique conditions, forests, deserts, oceans, and even the human body provides habitat for diverse species, as the Swaranjit was explaining. Environment is emerging as the key regulator of health, especially among humans. Contaminated air and water can lead to multitude of health problems like respiratory illness, waterborne disease, and even cancer. Very well explained about the conditions in Punjab. Not only the infectious diseases, but the onset and progression of genetic diseases is also significantly influenced by internal as well as external environment of an individual. The quote, genetic loads the gun, but the environment pulls the trigger. It exemplifies the complex relationship between the human diseases and the environment around them. Earth climate plays a crucial role in changing life on our planet, rather shaping it, from regulating temperature and precipitation to influencing ocean currents and wind patterns. Climate dictates the distribution and abundance of all species. Vice versa, organisms play a vital role in cycling essential elements through processes like photosynthesis, respiration, and decomposition. From forests filtering air and water to coral reefs, protecting coastlines, life forms provide invaluable services that maintain a healthy planet. This beautiful interplay of processes among living and non-living components is contributing in existence of life possible on the earth. But unfortunately, various natural disturbances, human interventions, they are challenging this homeostatic state and is a matter of concern for all of us. And especially the conferences of this times really agitates our mind that how to go about it and how to save our mother nature. Though nature has the full capability of changing itself according to its own, but if the human, it is our duty also that we should, we know the direction where the earth, Mother Earth is taking to us, but we can develop that potential to sustain ourselves in that changing environment. Rising temperatures, changing weather patterns, and ocean acidification, they pose significant threats to life on Earth. Melting glaciers, an immeasurable threat to living, as the microbes which are frozen for millennia are coming back to life. This is one of the most important concerns for all the human beings that now with the rising temperature, those microbes who were hidden in our glaciers for millions of years, they are finding their ways into our life through the water which has been now melting. You will amazed to know that and ask how far-fetched it is. The potential is in fact very real, quite real. In 2003, I'll quote few examples. Bacteria were revived from samples taken from the bottom of an ice core, drilled into an ice cap on the Tibetan plateau. The ice at the depth was more than 7,50,000 years old. In 14 also, we saw a giant zombie virus which was revived from 30,000 years old Siberian permafrost. And in 2016, an outbreak of anthrax, Bacillus anthracis in western Siberia was attributed to the rapid thawing of Bacillus anthracis spores in permafrost. It killed thousands of reindeer over there and affecting dozens of people. More recently, scientists found remarkable genetic compatibility between viruses isolated from lake sediments in the high Arctic and potential living homes. Earth's climate is warming at a spectacular rate and up to 4 times faster in colder regions such as Arctic area. Estimates suggest we can expect 4 sextillion microorganisms to be released from ice melting each year. So this is about the same as the estimated number of stars in the universe. I hope Dr. Saranjeev has left, he can better throw light on this. However, despite the unfathomably large number of microorganisms being released from melting ice and infecting the modern species, all the modern species, no one has been able to estimate the risk this poses to modern ecosystems. In a new study published in the journal Computational Biology, the authors calculated the ecological risk posed by the release of unpredictable ancient viruses, and their simulation shows that 1% of the simulated release of just one dormant pathogen could cause major environmental damage and the widespread loss of host organisms around the world. This decline of species and ecosystem threatens not only the environment but also the resources and services on that life depends. Changes in the environment and human-animal conflicts due to the increasing population can lead to emergence of new diseases that threaten both human and animal wealth. COVID-19 was the result of that, and this outbreak has thrown bright enough light on that concern. In current scenario, understanding zoonotic diseases, developing vaccines and treatments, and predicting future outbreaks has become pertinent to avoid extinctions. Where most are concerned right now, climate change, soil degradation, water scarcity threatens food security and contributed to malnutrition impacting physical and cognitive development. Environmental degradation and pollution is detrimental, it is having detrimental impact on the mental health also. Today, the earth, the cradle of life, faces unprecedented challenges. So climate change, biodiversity loss, zoonotic diseases, and pollution. It threatens the delicate balance of our ecosystem. And life sciences, at the heart of finding solutions, play a crucial role in promoting individuals and global well-being. Madam Simar is at my back, so understand that I have to conclude it here. Addressing a wide, group of students, or I have been told that you are from the pharmacy, life sciences, and engineering background. In this era of new education policy, I think none of us is indispensable, reasoning that all of us have to work together, as Dr. Setia was saying, it is a way of collaboration, and we have to sit together to think on this. Only then the purpose of holding all these conferences, they have some fruitful, outcome. That we all have to be together, have a pledge that we have to save our environment and have to adopt all those ways which can help us sustain ourselves as well as to our environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I invite our next speaker, Professor Indira Sharma, ma'am. She is working as a joint director in the Department of Higher Education, Haryana, and she has more than 25 years of experience. Please welcome, ma'am. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and dear students. The topic which I have chosen, and though I'm the last speaker for today, is health. Because health and sustainable development, health which is always equivalent to wealth and next to character, is most important because the word development, which has already transformed the life of people, but most of the time we talk about economics. But when we talk about sustainable development, which is looking into account the need for planetary as well as the human health, a balanced economic goal, social development across global economy. Prioritizing health as a sustainable development is very, very imperative today for the well-being of the population and the overall development of the nation. We started with the MDG goals, and they gave us a platform to build up on further still. Today also, what is the status? The maternal and child health care system needs attention. infectious disease, they need action, while malnutrition still remains a very shameful challenge to everybody's here. We all know that the number one killer in the world is non-communicable diseases and the mental health, which is the biggest contributor to disability in today's world. Health is not only being disease free, health is being calm and composed. And if you just visit PGI any one day, you'll come to know a person being a kidney donor. And if you stay with a chronic patient for a few years, you'll come to know what life is. The whole day you're just managing the affairs, going to the hospital, coming back and managing the resources. You always move in a loop. And that is what really life is. Sitting in PGI is as if a whole village comes to PGI and the whole village leaves by the evening. Go to Max and see the state there. When the Max started, it was not populated, but you can't stay in Max for more than 2 to 3 days because your pockets really they are affected. So this is the status of our health structure, which is really you have to take care about. The government is trying to make some amendments here and there, and for that, Indian government has made the SDG goals. So SDG goals, we all know what is the status. India ranks 112 out of 166 countries till now and has scored just 66 out of 100. So India's think tank, that is Niti Aayog, along with the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, they are working together, and there are a few programs like Swachh Bharat and Swasth Bharat, which is focusing on the clean and healthy India. Then Shashakt Bharat, Sabal Bharat, which is empowering and resilient India related to multi-dimensional issues of poverty, but still see the hunger index where we stand. Samarth Bharat, which aims at inclusive growth, and Sakal Bharat, Sanatan Bharat, about the sustainable India. But there are challenges. And in the path, there are many challenges. For example, the major challenge which we are having today is that we do not have SDGs. SDGs are not being fulfilled. For example, somebody says that we need safe drinking water. Then how do we analyze it? Oh, you have a tubewell at home, it is good enough. So this is how the things are being managed. The goals are still not, and India is still suffering from so many waterborne diseases. 91 million people, according to WHO, still doesn't have access to clean water resources in India. So that is the status. Despite India's best efforts to reduce poverty, we still have the highest number of people below poverty line. Even now, in public and private sectors, they are investing in SDGs, and annual funding shortages of $2.5 trillion. So that is the shortage, and you cannot fill the gap. So I'm not going to take much of your time, but another issue with India is monitoring. Monitoring and ownership is a big constraint in India because of the vast and diverse demographics we have, and that is a memo of tasks. Another is non-availability of data. Data is manipulated here and there. That is another hurdle in measuring of the progress. The situation is really grave, but with hope and planning, we can endure. And hope is the champion of power and mother of success. So these challenges can be met by handling missing data, which is here and there manipulated, clustered indicators, data aggression is, and normalization. These are the tricks with which we can deal with the issue. Indian government has taken many of the initiatives. A few of them are worth mentioning. I'm not going to put all of them there. One is Ayushman Bharat program. This really seeks attention because it is covering more than 50 crore people in India. And the scheme is not only improving the quality of life of the weaker sections, but also follows the motto leaving no one behind. So that is, I think, Indian government needs an applaud for that. Swachh Bharat with National Nutritional Mission has achieved 100% rural sanitation. But a few days back, I was seeing the blog by Sarthak Goswami. He's a YouTuber. He gave that in the tribal areas, government a door is missing, at least we can also put a door there. Why are we always expecting the entire job to be done by the government? So that is, we should work together as it is already said together. That is collaborating. Janani Suraksha Yojana again suffers from regional inequality. In India, that is also one issue. Summing up isn't easy, but the real situation is challenging despite some significant progress and government commitments through policy initiatives. Still, there is a long way to go because we should be accountable. We should stand together. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now, we proceed for our today's post-awaited award ceremony. And to present these awards, we invite our dignitaries on the stage, please.
एक hafta last Bismillah. चलो अच्छा दरवाजा बंद रखो दरवाजा
So, cheer for each other. Whoever is going to get Let me slightly push
The first award is Excellence in Research Award, which goes to Professor Dr. Dev Ranjan Khandurai, who is currently working as a professor at the National University, India. He has done his postdoctoral from the University of Madeira, Portugal. He has authored and edited more than 40 books and has contributed as an author and co-author in 300 research papers. The next award is Award of Appreciation in the field of e-waste management, which goes to Ms. Pooja Madhav Rao Shanavne. She has done her research work in the field of bioremediation that deals with electronic waste. She has been involved in spreading awareness about e-waste in the scientific community, and her work was appreciated by Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. Congratulations, ma'am. The next category of award is Young Researcher Award, which goes to Dr. Adarsh Sahu. Dr. Sahu is currently working as an assistant professor at Amity University, Rajasthan. He has earned a PhD in pharmaceutical sciences from Dr. Vaishnav Gaur Cancer University in Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, India. He was awarded an international travel grant by DST Sir and has secured many awards from UCC. Dr. Sahu has made significant contribution to academics and wins the Best College Education Award. The next award is Budding Researcher Award, which goes to Dr. Neenu Sharma in the field of food microbiology. She is doing research in the area of nutrigenetics, reproductive health and endocrinology, assisted reproductive technology, and has achieved research publications in its science. Another award in this category, which goes to Ms. Sadar Sabha in the field of microbiology. She is currently pursuing her PhD from Department of Life Sciences, Rayagada University. She has received certificate of appreciation for promoting innovative fertilizers among farmers. And she is a member of Microbiology Society of India. The next category of today's award ceremony is for Best PhD Research Scholar. The award goes to Ms. Sonika Rathore in the field of plant physiology. Award is on contribution of melatonin during abiotic stress in Soledad Lycopodium. Ms. Sonika, please come. Give a round of applause, please. Another award in the same category goes to Ms. Manchika Tyagi in the field of mycology. Ms. Manchika, please come. Congratulations, everyone. Please give a huge round of applause to everyone present. Please give a huge round of applause. Many, many congratulations, everyone. Now, I invite Dr. Priti Sharma Rawat for presenting the vote of thanks. A very good afternoon to the Excellencies sitting on the stage, present deans and directors and other departments, and our dear delegates and participants and other students also. I feel highly privileged to convey and propose this vote of thanks on behalf of Rajgara University. First of all, I would like to thank the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Ravinder Singh Ji, though he's not there, but I would like to thank him also for providing us this platform and opportunity to conduct this conference and for his continuous motivation and support. I would like to thank Professor Baldev Singh, who is not there, and Professor Dr. Sarabjit Singh for their inspiring and enlightening talks. Now I would like to thank Professor Romita Malik for his enlightening and inspiring talk. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence and words of wisdom. Now I would like to thank Professor Indra Sharma for his words of for her words of wisdom. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence and lecture. And in the last, I would like to thank the last speaker, yes, Professor Dr. Nandita Shukla, for her motivational speech. It gives me an immense pleasure to thank Director IQS Dean Academics for his presence over here. And it's a great pleasure for me to thank Director IQS Dean Student Welfare Dr. Swajit Shetty for his continuous support and motivation and encouragement that will make this conference a success. The support of the Faculty of Life Sciences and its students of life sciences is yet to be mentioned. That will again make this event a huge success. And thank you all the delegates and participants, those who have gathered from different parts of India and
words of wisdom of the dignitaries and their other delegates also. Thank you all, one and all the Thank you. So, well, once again, on behalf of Rayapara University, we are highly grateful to Professor Dr. Nandita Shukla Singh ji, Professor Provina Malik, Professor Indra Sharma, our respected Dean Academic Affairs, Professor S.K. Bansal sir, all the deans, directors, head of the departments, delegates across the globe, and my dear students. Thank you so very much for joining us today. Thank you. And making it a huge success. We will begin with the technical session post lunch. So lunch for the delegates, that is in the MHCC food court. So those who are having the coupons can go there and enjoy the lunch. And for the VIPs, we are taking them away. Thank you so very much. Please come after that for the technical session. The session that in the auditorium as well as in the conference hall of UNICEF. Please be there for the